we have a massive challenge with unemployment all over the continent. We have a really massive challenge. In my view, this is the biggest challenge we face as a continent and certainly as a country. If we don't address this, it's a ticking time bomb. Now, the cost of unemployment goes beyond income, but there are other issues relating to social cohesion that come into play. Let me give you an example. Unemployed men are far more prone to engage in antisocial activities when they're unemployed. What do you mean by antisocial activities? Too much boozing, getting into violence, starting to engage in violent crime. Folks who are unemployed are much more susceptible to those antisocial activities. Now, in South Africa, the official unemployment is around 27%. That's very, very high. Actually, South Africa has the highest unemployment rate of any high middle income country in the world. It has the highest unemployment rate. Nigeria is sitting at an unemployment rate of about 19%, and Kenya is sitting at an unemployment rate of 11%. But these figures, folks, are conservative because that is what we call the narrow definition of unemployment. It's the narrow definition of unemployment. Those figures I've just read out to you don't include people who have given up looking for work. If we include people who have given up looking for work, we call that the expanded definition of unemployment. And if we look at the expanded definition of unemployment in South Africa, it's actually sitting at over 35%. Over 35%. And a big part of the unemployment in South Africa and in the African continent generally is what we call youth unemployment. Folks below 25 years of age, and they're struggling to break into the job market. And if we take youth unemployment in South Africa, it's currently sitting at about 67%. Major challenge for all African countries, this unemployment issue. So I just want to contrast our unemployment challenges on the African continent with other parts of the world to give us a bit of context. In the United States, the unemployment rate is below 5%. It's just over 4%. During the financial crisis, it peaked at around 10%. That's in around 2009. It peaked at around 10%. And the Americans were saying the world is coming to an end. It's coming to an end. Yet we've got these high metrics, frequently in excess of 25%. Now, we're not going to address our unemployment problem doing business as usual. We have to be bold. We have to be radical. We have to think through and make wise interventions and decisions. But it's unacceptable that many parts of the world have unemployment rates significantly below 10%, and that's the norm. And we are stuck with these structurally high unemployment levels on the African continent.